Hey, welcome back to today's video. We're going to be talking about Kaitlin Bennett. Now, I've been wanting to talk about her for a minute. There's just been some things that's been on the tip of my tongue that I've wanted to say, but I waited for the perfect moment, and when I looked on Twitter trends, pooping for Kaitlin is trending, and to be completely honest with you, I can't think of a better time than now to raise my concerns. Let's just get right into it. If you're unfamiliar, Kaitlin is a media personality. Kaitlin Bennett is an American gun rights advocate, anti-abortion activist, and social media personality. Bennett received media attention in 2018 for open carrying an AR-10 rifle at Kent State University after graduating. She's most recently been in the news for just look. She tweeted on February 17th, "This is what happens when a Trump supporter goes to a college campus. Leftists at Ohio University started a riot when Joel Patrick and I showed up, and the OU police let it happen. I think the real Donald Trump should strip funding from universities like this that harbor terrorists." There's a lot of things wrong with that, but we're going to focus on her rationale about why these people were gathering a crowd outside. While I don't condone violence or fighting, what's the saying, two wrongs don't make a right, this type of thing, her saying that it has anything to do with her political views or that a woke leftist culture is the reason that this is happening, I do have a problem with that. In a tweet further solidifying her stance, she says, for 4 years now, leftists had protested Donald Trump over lies that can easily be debunked. On Monday, you witnessed hundreds of college students protest me over lies. In an age of technology, the left chooses to willfully be ignorant of literally everything. My problem with this is that she's solidifying her stance on this being due to her political views. She is using the hatred of Donald Trump as the reason, and her support of Donald Trump as the reason that these people are just up in arms, which couldn't be further from the truth. If anybody knows anything about Kaitlin Bennett, this has nothing to do with her political views, nothing to do with a leftist woke culture, and more to do with her just being a terrible human being. So around January 18th, I tweeted, "Media personality and gun advocate Kaitlin Bennett shamed this person for being overweight." And when that person got upset, Kaitlin says, "You know I carry right," threatened to shoot her. If you don't think that terrible people existed, here you go. Let's watch this.
Oh, she's gonna eat it. What did you say to me? You know I carry right. You know I carry right. That deterred it.
I'm just going to go ahead and point this out. Good people don't do this type of thing. As you can see, this is a peaceful protesting rally here. And I'm told that she goes to these things specifically to troll people and make them angry. But this crosses the line of a healthy troll. And more, is there a thing as a healthy troll? But I think you get the point here. She's going to these rallies. She's picking out people that she feels is weak and purposely triggering them to get a rise out of them, only to say, "You know I carry right," showing off her gun activism, which what I think she's doing is just showing off how much of an asshole that she is. There's even literally a petition started out of this situation. It says there's a video proof of this gun girl, also known as Kaitlin Bennett, threatening someone after she was harassing them in public. This currently has over 11,000 signatures. So a Fox News article was written. It says gun rights activists confronted on Ohio college campus, claims police allowed leftist students to riot. If you know anything about protests, the police, as long as it's not on private property, are not allowed to do anything, try to shut it down. If it's a peaceful protest, they're supposed to just back up and let it do its thing. This is what is interesting to me. Conservative gun rights activist Kaitlin Bennett, also known as the viral Kent State gun girl, is calling for action from President Trump after she says she was harassed by liberal students while shooting a video for her YouTube channel at Ohio University on Monday. It's interesting that she uses the words that she's harassed after the clip that we just saw, which was her literally harassing someone for being overweight. It always feels different when the shoe's on the other foot. Ohio University police actually made a comment on this, and they said that early this afternoon, an activist appeared unexpectedly on the Ohio University campus in Athens and engaged in constitutionally protected activity. She drew a large crowd of people, many with opposing viewpoints, who also chose to exercise their First Amendment rights. Ohio University police officers were present throughout the incident to protect everyone's rights and safety. Other than keep streets, and the thing that gets me, this whole picture is painted as if this has anything to do with the opposing viewpoints and her gun activism and outlooks on abortion and things like that. Yeah, there's enough there to make people angry, but it's got a lot to do with the character of the person that's involved. You can't also have these strong opinions and strong viewpoints that impact and are people feel so strongly about. It's one thing to stand up for what you believe in. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's another thing when you're outright harassing people, being a terrible individual, and like rubbing people's faces in your beliefs, trying to make them believe, and if not, you're just going to make fun of them. The statement goes on to say, contrary to allegations circulating on social media, the incident did not rise to the level of a riot. There was strong language and allegations that some unknown persons in the crowd splashed water, but there were no reported injuries or violence, and no one was arrested during the event. And the police say that they were not notified that anything like this was going to happen on the campus, and that's a big deal there. Most influencers know that you gotta give a heads up. You gotta plan for these types of things, or you're going to cause riots, just large crowds together, and people can get trampled and hurt in general. I mean, that's like common sense. And rather than de-escalate the situation at hand here, this girl vows to return with an army of gun owners. I'm sure that's going to turn out really well. She says, I will absolutely be returning to the campus again, and next time I'll bring an army of gun owners for an open carry walk through the campus. You can't keep us away. You can't keep us silent. Just like Donald Trump, we will always win. And again, using her political affiliation to anger people. This girl is literally propaganding and exploiting these different things to try to trigger people, to make them angry. This is literally asking for some sort of school shooting, which then if that would happen, she would be able to say and proclaim that, oh, this is because of gun rights, and somehow attempt to be the hero in the situation. I don't like that, and I'm calling it like I see it. This has got nothing to do with political affiliation, but more to do with just her conduct and how she carries herself. This might be a strong opinion, but I'm going to go ahead and say this again. If somebody wants to carry guns and they want to advocate for guns, that's their agenda. That's what they want to do. If they want to stand up for their opinions about abortions and things like that, that's their thing. Where there's going to people that's going to advocate for guns and abortion and different things, there's going to be people that oppose those things, and this should be done in a way that doesn't directly and meant to directly start violence.
You're strong. They make you safe. They make you safe. People. Guns take lives. They save lives. They do not. They take lives. Over 3 million lives every year is saved due to firearms. But look at what Jesus says. That whoever lives by the sword will die by the sword. Listen to me. You need to repent. Dude, shut up.
You don't know what life being black. You don't know what life being black. You're brother. She's a woman of God. Your fucking ethnicity. No, ethnicity.
I identify as a woman of color.
So that was a clip of Kaitlin Bennett saying that she's a woman of color.
Are you pro-choice?
Of course I am, but
So why don't you respect my right to choose what firearm I have?
you can have whatever firearm you want, but walking around a college campus promoting it is probably one of the worst ways to get the message out.
I'm sorry you feel that way. That's disappointing. Are you a feminist?
Does it matter?
It does matter.
No, it doesn't.
You're not a feminist.
I think it's two different issues.
Those are
It's
not
not.
connected.
It's
You
not.
are
Feminist.
using fallacy to try and convince your argument, and you're wrong.
I'm right, but thank you for your opinion. I appreciate it.
And I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it. It's
Then leave. Then leave.
No, this is a marketplace of ideas. I'm on a campus that I pay $30,000 a year to go to. If I'm going to say something, I'm going to say something. You can go. You don't go here.
So you can just type Kaitlin Bennett's name on Twitter, and then you can just scroll, and there's like so many just terrible things that she says. People pass this off as her being a very good at trolling. I don't think that's a good enough. Like, if you go by that, then she's allowed to be racist, homophobic, transphobic, literally all these terrible things, and always just be able to use it's just I'm trolling card, which I've long since been against that. There's a point in a line that you cross where it's not trolling anymore, and it's more you're just using that as an excuse to just be just terrible to people. And for what I can see, in my own opinion, is that this has got nothing to do with activism and more to do with the character of this person. She's a very unlikable character, and purposely trying to invoke anger in people is not what an activist is supposed to do. There's been plenty of activists who make incredible changes without terrorizing people, without doing the types of things that she's doing, and they are written history. They've changed the world, and they're going to be there for forever. Kaitlin Bennett, it looks like she's going to just go down on Twitter trending as somebody who apparently has pooped themselves, which I cannot confirm this because I don't know. Let me know if you've seen this in the description below. Also, let me know your thoughts about this. I'm completely open to anybody that does not agree with this too. I'd like to really hear with you. But as interesting as this is, also it's more interest to me. That's right, you guessed it. I want to know what you think, so why don't you go ahead and leave your creative and interesting responses in the comment box below. Thumbs up for those likes. As always, brothers and sisters, I will see you in the next video. Well, I've just not liked the things that I've seen from her, and I can't believe some of the words that come out of her mouth, but we'll talk about it again at a later date. Let me tell you what just happened to me. So my iPhone's busted. It's all broken up, and I broke it in LA, and I was down there in the Korean area or the Japanese area, and I was eating, and it was good, and I dropped my phone, I broke it, and then so I went to this place in Walmart to try to get my phone fixed for $65. Only they erased everything on it. I told them not to do that. It angered me, and I lost so many contacts of people, and it just makes me so angry. I was so mad, and then he wanted me to pay him $35. Oh man. So now I think I'm just gonna have to buy another iPhone, which I really don't want to spend that much money for, so I probably will not. I'm gonna be stuck with an Android, and I know, I'm sorry Android lovers, but I'm an iPhone person. I've had an Android since June of 2018, and I just can't. It's just not for me. Other than that, thank you for everybody that's going over and following the Repzilla Facebook page. Interesting conversations. Don't worry if you haven't heard from me. I will get back to you soon. I love you guys, and thank you to my patrons. We're still working on the date about the camping trip. I know I've been saying that, but it's been very cold, and I just talked to my dad today. He said that he does want to go camping with me, so you guys will have probably spend the weekend with me and my dad. Maybe I can get my brother to do that as well. I don't know, but it'd be cool to introduce you guys to spend more time with my family. That would be really cool. And yeah, let me know if red should be the next hair color, because I know that you're repping if you're not repping. Hey, do that. I got your subscribe notification Trump be in the comment section for every single video, because I'm going to be there. Greg the Cat's going to be there, and the rest of the Repzilla community as well. And I expect to see you there too, because this channel loves you. Somebody said they didn't like my intro. Like, how do you not like, and in today's video?